Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to have a quick look from the outside at least to the new PlayStation VR system. I unpacked everything a few hours ago when I bought it to try it out, and I just unplugged this again to show you the devices in the video. First of all, we're going to have a look at the decoder station which comes within the box. Of course, the box is quite big because they deliver everything with it, so you have all cables included. There is a second headset included, so you don't need a PlayStation headset anymore. It's a stereo one this time. Everything is in there. You don't need to buy anything extra. Well, first of all, having a look at the box, I hope you can see it because the lights reflect quite a bit here, because it's plasticky and polished plastic at least. You have two HDMI plug-ins, well, plug-in, and there's one in and one out. First of all, you unplug the HDMI from your PlayStation to the television and plug the HDMI from the PlayStation into this one here, in the inner HDMI one, and from this port you plug it into the television. Here is the USB port. You need to plug a USB cable from the PlayStation to the VR decoder, and here there is a DC adapter for power. In front, well, it's a bit hidden. As you can see here, there are the two plugs for the VR itself. You slide this backwards so you can reach it. Looks like this then. So you plug those two cables inside. Well, they look like, I can show you the cables actually. They look like this. Well, it's one cable, just two connectors here. You plug it in there, but there is an extension, of course, which I just left, well, in the room where I play usually. If you plug this in, you can slide it backwards so it looks like the normal box again. It's pretty small, pretty handy, but it's still solid. Here in front, if it turns on, you have this white lighting, which you know from the PlayStation already. And otherwise, well, you need this, of course. You have to plug it in between, but you can also leave it there. It just puts the signal through, so there's no need to unplug it in. Plug the television right to your PlayStation again. You can leave it there anytime. And you also don't need to turn this on, because this turns on automatically if you turn on the PlayStation. Well, what else is included in the box? There's this, well, it's in German now, sorry for that. There's a PlayStation VR demonstration disc. I haven't tried this out yet, it's still included in this plasticky. Well, probably I'll buy a VR title right away. I'm not sure whether I'm going to try this out. However, I tried out the VR. I'll tell you something at the end. First of all, we're going to have a look at the VR system itself now. I'm going to zoom out for that. Give me 1 second, please. There we go. Well, this is the PlayStation VR actually. Of course, it comes with the cable here and it's fixed. You cannot plug this out or in. It's just there. It's all plasticky material-wise, but for the price of 399 euros, I didn't expect any more. It feels still quite rigid and solid, so there is no need to be afraid that you will break it right away when you move it in any direction or you bend it or whatever. You can just move this here, as you can see. It holds quite steady, so no problems with that. The cable which is on the VR is, well, probably 1.5 meters. And the extension cable has about 3 meters, so you can sit quite far away from your PlayStation, and still this works pretty well. You don't feel the cable, it's all pretty light, of course because of the material, but nevertheless you don't really feel it on your head as a weight. But what I have to say about that, it's, well, you push the button here to put it on, you can slide this backwards quite far, so even the thickest hat fits there. However, if you move this back, and it doesn't have any stops, but it moves back until there is enough, well, force to it, so it stays if you have the head inside like this. But it's a quite heavy force, and still you can tighten this up here on this wheel, which makes it pretty tight to have to be honest. And as well, you can push the button here, which is under the VR system itself. You can slide it out before you put it on. If you have some glasses, for example, it's pretty handy because the glasses otherwise don't fit there. As you can see now, it's a bit more far away. You put this on, as I showed you before. You push the button, move the part. And if you have this VR on, you just move this one backwards here, pushing the button forward and backward. You can slide it to the point where it fits you pretty well. If you try this without glasses and you move this to the very front, it sits almost next to your eye, so it's pretty close and it feels a bit strange, I have to be honest. One more negative point, well, it's pretty warm under it. Well, there's no air which can get through because it's pretty tight on your head face, so you sweat pretty fast. Well, I wouldn't say it's a problem, but for people who are sweating fast in general or in hot conditions, that might be annoying, well, after a few minutes already. Well, I can't tell you that, but for me it wasn't such a big problem. However, it might be a problem for some other people. One more point which I have to say, I tried this out with GTA Grand Theft Auto 5. You can use it as a second screen, so I just turned off the television and used this as a television screen. What I have to say, it's a huge screen and everything around is black, so it really gives you a feeling like you're in the game or you're sitting in front of a huge television with nothing around it, so you don't see that much. Well, if you move your head or like move your eyes really far to the edges, you can see some light. Maybe it depends on your form of the head, I would say. However, it doesn't really annoy you at all. Well, I've tried other VR systems, they are much worse. Whatever. And the problem is here, or not the problem, but I figured out when you're looking at the screen right in the middle, it's all sharp and pretty nice. You can move it up and down to make it sharp. However, in the corners you have to really focus your eyes on that, otherwise it's not really sharp there, or it feels a bit unsharp. As soon as you look there right away, it's sharp, but the whole screen itself is not straight away sharp, so you have to move your eyes and look into the directions where you want to have it sharp, and then it works pretty well. It doesn't feel it doesn't bother me at all. I noticed from other VR systems that the screen feels so huge and it's really close to your eyes, so they all have the same problems. Issues, let's say. You have to get used to that, I would say, but otherwise it's a pretty nice feature. The price is really nice, everything is included. You can even share your television now, so someone can watch television while you're playing PlayStation on the VR. So you don't have to have two televisions next to each other, for example, like some people do have. And I will try this out within the next few days, and probably I'll put a video how it really feels to play VR titles with it, so I can move your head around, look around, play around. And then I'll put another video online where I will give you some more feedback on how it feels to play with it. If you have any questions up to the point now, feel free to post it in the comments. Goodbye.